Welcome into Mental Notes Live. On today's episode, I've got CEO and entrepreneur Devin Butler, and our musical guest for today is R&B singer CJ. DJ Woody, take us in. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on Mental Notes Live. Glad to have you guys in here. I'm your host, Ryan Hale, and I have the pleasure of being joined today by CEO and founder, should I say, of Arizona Entrepreneurs, Devin Butler. Devin, thanks so much for joining me, man.
Of course, Ryan. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. We were just talking off camera about where we're from, because we're both from the Midwest, Michigan and Ohio. And you said you've been out here for about a year and a half now. And you started Arizona Entrepreneurs, I guess, a little bit after you moved out here.
For sure.
So early last year. So tell me a little bit about Arizona Entrepreneurs. What made you start that up?
Yeah, so honestly, when I first moved out here, I started a couple different businesses. So first business was a videography company. That business failed. Second business, a friend of mine and I, we both had background in the home improvement industry.
Okay.
So we started an events marketing company where we went to different events and trade shows, and we would generate leads for home improvement companies. But the biggest thing I noticed when I first moved here is it was difficult to start these businesses because I didn't have any connections out here, so I didn't know anybody. I had no guidance, no mentors, nobody kind of showing me the ropes. So it was just we were going into it blind. And so, you know, when COVID hit, essentially, there was no more events and trade shows. So it was kind of a pivot period, and I was not really passionate about that business. It was just kind of where we had expertise in, so that's why we started it. But so right around that time, it was right around March, and I had already put out the Arizona Entrepreneurs Instagram page. So I decided to go, you know, all in with the Arizona Entrepreneurs brand and building that community. But to answer your question, honestly, the reason I started it is because it is exactly what I needed when I moved here. Like, I needed a community of like-minded people, entrepreneurs, you know, resources to grow my business. So, you know, after I launched the Instagram page, I realized after people started to reach out that there were so many people like me and other, you know, they want to connect with other entrepreneurs and grow their business. So I realized there was a feasible business model and a need in the market.
Yeah, definitely a need for it. Like I was telling these guys before, I kind of connected with a few entrepreneurs through your page. So it's definitely a good market, definitely a need for it, and something that's working. And like you said, once the pandemic happened last year, it kind of made people kind of shift, entrepreneurs especially. So for you, when it came to Arizona Entrepreneurs, how were you able to kind of shift your mindset when it came to the business aspect and kind of keep your business afloat and growing as this pandemic's been going on?
Honestly, like for Arizona Entrepreneurs and the business model we have now, it was almost perfect timing because so many people that wanted to network and meet like-minded people, but there was no more events. So so we really took the virtual route, and that's how we're, you know, continuing to move forward. But yeah, so we have like a lot of Zoom meetings. We have like a weekly mastermind, a monthly masterclass, and things like that, to where people could still get access to these features virtually. So, you know, it took some time to kind of find exactly what we were going to do moving forward. But to answer your question, I mean, it was almost perfect timing with the way the world is right now. I feel like people needed it more because there's no more events. So
Right. Definitely no coincidence. Shameless plug. But definitely something that kind of all worked itself out. And like you said, it was kind of perfect timing, how it's all kind of worked itself out, and you were able to kind of pivot, and not even really pivot your business model, but kind of fit for the time that we're in right now. So for you, because obviously you said that you've had a few different businesses, obviously you have that entrepreneur mindset. And for me, recently becoming an entrepreneur, starting up a video company, I know how much of a grind it is, as you probably do as well. So when it comes to entrepreneurs who are starting their own businesses, what are some kind of tips or tricks you can kind of give them when it comes to the grind, or when it comes to kind of starting up that business?
You know, one thing that I feel like is super important, because with the first two businesses that I started, like I told you, neither of them really panned out to be super successful for me. But I realized that it's ultimately a matter of finding really what your purpose is and what it is that you want to pursue, and that you have passion for, and being persistent and having perseverance towards achieving your goals within the business. Because you know, there's a lot of things that come up with entrepreneurship. Like it's never going to be a clear, easy path. So there's a lot of bumps in the road. So it's very important to have a strong vision and have a strong purpose as far as what you're pursuing, because if you don't have those things, it's very easy to give up. That's why, it's difficult to be an entrepreneur because, like I said, it's not an easy, clear road to success. It takes some time. It takes figuring things out. It takes constantly developing personally and learning new things. So.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all about that. And it's all about, like you said, willing to kind of shift your mindset, be able to kind of have a vision and kind of putting the things in place so that you can kind of make your business work even at the beginning, even through that grind. So when it comes to you, obviously with Arizona Entrepreneurs, you do something that's really cool because you're able to create that community, but you also highlight different entrepreneurs who are here in the local area. So for you, outside of creating that community and doing the classes and different things that you have, why did you feel like it was so important to kind of highlight the people around you as well?
So ultimately, I feel like all small businesses and business owners, entrepreneurs, it's very important to get your name out there and with Arizona Entrepreneurs in the audience that we built so far, it's a very niche targeted audience where it's entrepreneurs who are here in Arizona. So being able to help people get in front of that audience is obviously beneficial for them, but also to us, it's beneficial having these collaboration opportunities where we work with other entrepreneurs in the area, and oftentimes, like for the entrepreneur highlights you're referring to, they would share the post, they would put it on their story or put it on their page. So it's really just coming together, collaborating. I'm benefiting them by sharing them with our audience, and they're benefiting me by putting me in front of their audience. So that's really how we've gone to build Arizona Entrepreneurs is a lot of collaboration, with small businesses and brands and things like that. So. I feel like that's kind of how things went.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the key to any successful business is not being afraid to collaborate, to network, to kind of, like you said, put yourself in front of other people's audiences by kind of helping and doing work together and stuff like that. So that's huge. And especially when it comes to minorities, because especially for a lot of black businesses or minority businesses, a lot of that marketing comes from word of mouth because we don't really learn the marketing aspects of things like that through school and stuff like that. So for you being an entrepreneur and a minority, why do you feel like it's so important for minorities to have that mindset of ownership, monetizing their passions, things of that nature?
I feel like it's very important because nobody else is going to do it for us. So, we, like I said earlier, we really have to focus our time and energy on developing personally, on learning new things because nobody's going to do it for you. So, as a minority, it's essential that you take the time and energy into developing your craft and creating something special for yourself because, if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. So, yeah.
Definitely, man. That's what it's all about. If you're not going to do it, nobody's going to do it for you, especially when it comes to minorities, because the way the system is set up, it's not really set up to kind of help us or to kind of teach us those systems and different things like that. So when it comes to you, obviously, because you kind of have that mindset already and you're willing to kind of create that community. So why do you feel like it's so important to kind of educate other people, whether that be minorities or people with not a lot of education when it comes to marketing or entrepreneurship? Why do you feel like that education piece is so important?
I feel like it's key because with any business that you want to start, there's tools and tactics and resources that are going to help you get to your end goal. Like you can't just do it blind. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have those resources in order to be successful. So I feel like it's just very important to spend time, developing as a person and learning, implementing things into developing your craft because, and that's really why we built the Arizona Entrepreneurs community because, like I said, when I first moved here, I didn't have those resources and I was going into it blind. So I really realized, how important it is to know things about business. If you want to start a business, you can't just go into it blind and expect to be successful. So after I realized the importance of that, I integrated that into the community because I realized how, key that is to be successful in business.
Definitely. And the model that you have is amazing. So kind of walk us through that. If somebody wanted to be a part of Arizona Entrepreneurs, getting a hold of you either through your Instagram or social media, your website, what's that process like once I join Arizona Entrepreneurs? What can I expect after that?
Yeah, so basically what our membership looks like is you get access to, so the whole purpose is to bring like-minded people together and provide them with resources to grow their business. So as far as bringing those people together, we have like a weekly mastermind. We meet up, talk about our businesses, go over challenges. It's really just a way to get perspectives from people in the group and to help each other overcome challenges and to really just collaborate and level up together. And then also we have the monthly master classes, which I touched on earlier, that's where we're bringing on entrepreneurs. Because I always tell people I'm not always trying to position myself as the expert. Like I don't know everything.
Right.
So I'm trying to bring on leading experts to teach our community, key things that are important to be successful within business. But yeah, so you would get access to those two things. We have an accountability partner feature, a way to be held accountable throughout your journey, because the big thing with entrepreneurship, man, is you have to hold yourself accountable, because there's nobody doing it for you. So it's key to have people like that in your life that are gonna, hold you accountable to achieving what you want to do. And then also we have like a members group chat, just a way to stay in contact with each other. But yeah, like I said, the whole point is just to be able to bring a community together where if you're a business owner, like my end goal is really positioning this as the entrepreneur hub in Arizona.
Gotcha.
So if you're a business owner out here, you want to be a part of this, immerse in a community where you're able to, constantly be collaborating and learning from other people in the community and in the group.
Definitely, man. Definitely a lot of cool things, from the master classes, like you said, to the mastermind meetings, and then just kind of staying accountable. Those are all key things to kind of shifting your mindset, helping you with the grind, helping you be more successful, which is huge. So for you, obviously, with the business model that you have, like you said, it's been perfect through the pandemic because it's been able to connect you with so many like-minded people. What can we expect from Arizona entrepreneurs, maybe for the rest of this year and kind of beyond?
Yeah, so I mean, like the second we launched, so a little story. So like my mentor, his name's Joseph. He told me to draw a line in the sand, because I didn't know exactly when I should launch this business, because I had the Instagram before then.
Yeah.
So he told me to draw a line in the sand, and after that date, launch it. So I said, all right, October 1st, I'm launching. And to be quite honest with you, like it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfectly ready. I just like put it out there. So, it's taking a lot of developing and continuing to build that foundation and make sure that we're able to constantly produce a predictable result and provide value to our community. So, really in 2021, it's continuing to build that foundation, know that we're providing tremendous value to our community and the entrepreneurs that are in there, and then working on scaling and being able to impact people at a bigger rate. So that's really what we're focused on in 2021, is foundation and scaling our business.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And that's what it's all about. It's kind of like you said, making sure that foundation is stable and steady, and then kind of growing from there. And talk a little bit about your faith and your mindset when it comes to kind of starting Arizona entrepreneurs and starting this community. Because like you said, you had a couple businesses that failed, but you were still able to have that mindset where you said, what your mentor said, you drew that line in the sand and you just launched and you just took that leap of faith, and now it's a business that is constantly growing and successful. So what was that mindset for you like when it came to starting up a company, even though you had some failures in the past?
Honestly, it's crazy, because I feel like everything in life happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And in the previous two businesses, like I said, I wasn't ever really like passionate about what I was doing. So this whole Arizona entrepreneurs thing, like when I launched the Instagram page, my intention wasn't to start a business. I wanted to meet like-minded people. I wanted to meet entrepreneurs out here. And then after probably like 4 to 5 months of growing the Instagram presence, people started reaching out and they were trying to do the same thing. So that's when I developed the business and realized that there was something there. But I think that's, one of the key components is the fact that I didn't start this, or the key thing is the fact that I did not go into Arizona entrepreneurs and starting this business just to start a business. I did it because I wanted to connect with like-minded people and meet other business owners. So, it wasn't ever something that it developed as people kind of came to me. So, yeah, man, I feel like that was kind of the key component to building that.
Got you. Kind of like your heart and your mind was in the right place.
Exactly.
Wanting to kind of serve and kind of connect with other people.
And honestly, it felt like things started to happen more naturally, because with the other businesses, it seemed like we were forcing it because we kind of were. It wasn't in line with what we were supposed to do. But with Arizona entrepreneurs, things started happening naturally, and people started, connecting and finding value with what we were doing. So. Yeah, I mean, I just had a really strong vision as far as what it could be, because I needed something like that, and like I said, things just started falling in place, and then I realized what we had with it.
Yeah, man, and that's the key to life. Honestly, lots of times we are stuck in a rut sometimes, kind of forcing things or working jobs that we're not passionate about, doing things we're not passionate about. But it's amazing how everything kind of clicks into place once you start living in your purpose, or start following your passion, or start going after what you know you're called to do. So this is just another example of that, which is amazing, man. So I love closing up every conversation I have with a guest or entrepreneur, just talking about something I like to call a mental note that you want to leave the audience with, whether that's a tip or a quote, something that the audience can kind of take away from this conversation. So that can be about entrepreneurship, mindset, but what would your mental note be?
So I feel like one of the most important things to being successful is the ability to have delayed gratification. And so Tom Bilyeu talks about this a lot, but you know, within the world that we live in today, everything's instantaneous. You could go on Amazon and have a package delivered the same day. You could, you know, order an Uber ride and have someone pick you up and take you to the location right away. So with that whole instant gratification world that we live in, everybody wants things now.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship it's a long journey. Like, you have to be in it for the long haul, because, you know, things don't happen right away. And that's what I realized with the first few businesses, is that, you know, this is going to be a long time before, and not saying that it's going to be a long time before I'm successful, but until I get to where I want to be, it's gonna be a long grind. There's going to be bumps and things that happen throughout the journey. So I feel like it's very important to have delayed gratification, to be able to not have things right away, because it's going to take time to build something to be wherever you want to take it to, you know?
Yeah, and that's beautiful, man. I always say there's a blessing in the delay, because sometimes we're chasing after something that we think we're supposed to have, and we don't get it because it's not meant for us. But it's so amazing when we kind of are able to kind of sit back and relax and say, okay, I don't need it instantaneously, but when it comes, I know it's for me. I know that's mine. So that's amazing, bro. Yeah. So for you though, because obviously you got a lot of stuff going on, Arizona Entrepreneurs being the main thing, tell people where they can find you at and how they can get connected.
Yeah, for sure. So like our main presence, like I told you before, like how we built the business was on Instagram. So that's where we're the most active. And our page is just at Arizona Entrepreneurs. Okay. And then our website is arizonaentrepreneurs.com. And then we also have a Facebook group that we're really active in, and that's Arizona Entrepreneurs as well. All the names are Arizona. Exactly. So yeah, those are the main places to find us. But yeah, you know, we're always trying to connect people and help each other level up. And that's one thing I want to touch on quick, is the fact that, you know, when I first moved out here, I went to a lot of networking events, things like that. And it seemed very transactional, it seemed very one-dimensional, passing a business card, like, and just expecting something in return. So really, my whole mindset and how I'm trying to build Arizona Entrepreneurs is to cultivate a community where people are there to level up together, where we're actually invested in each other and seeing each other succeed, versus just there for referrals or business. Like that's not really what I'm trying to build. I want to build something long term where we're all leveling up and growing our businesses together. So
dope, man. All about community. All about community. I love it. So if you are an entrepreneur or somebody who's looking at launching a business, definitely reach out to Devin. Get connected with Arizona Entrepreneurs, because it's definitely all about, like you said, leveling up and connecting with like-minded people. So Devin, man, thank you so much for hopping on the show with us today. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you for having me on.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. This next musical guest who is gracing the Mental Notes live stage is a very, very talented R&B singer. So put your hands together for our musical guest for today, CJ.
Me and Mrs. Jones, we've got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day at the same cafe, 6:30. I know she'll be there, holding hands, making all kinds of plans, while the jukebox plays our favorite song. To me and I, Mrs. Jones, we've got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We gotta be extra careful so we don't build our hopes up too high. But she's got her own obligations, and so do I. Say me and I, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We've got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. Well, it's time for us to believe in, and it hurts so much, said it hurts so much inside. Now that she'll go her way and I'll go mine, but tomorrow we meet at the same place and same time. Me and I, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. I said we got a thing going on. We gotta be extra careful. We can't afford to build our hopes up too high. I said I wanna meet with you and talk with you. That's all I wanna do, girl. But we got a thing going on. Yeah. Said we got a thing going on, and it's much too strong.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Mental Notes Live. Special shout out to our guest, Devin Butler, and our special musical guest, CJ. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. If so, be sure to hit the like button below, and don't forget to hit the bell up top to turn on post notifications. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Off.